for everyone. And we just treat it like all we just follow on is just the, what do you call, your TCP penetration rate. So in terms of that, yeah, I think I answered.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Colin. I'll just take two more. There's a lady here, and then I'll take one this side. We are actually running out of time. There's a session which is gonna already started, which we all need to attend to. Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon. So my name is Patricia from the University of Johannesburg. Thank you for the great presentation. So my question is mainly based on the source of your enzymes, if it's going to be sustainable, because we are trying to move from the traditional route. So I just want to find out the source, if it's sustainable, and then the cost implication when we compare it to the traditional one.
Okay, so because this is a conference, I cannot put the name of the supplier, but it's actually imported, like the MRF, the guys who actually gave us access to the data and everything, they actually they import it from the UK, which is actually, not UK, from the USA, California, which is like, so it's made from, they get it like from the sugar cane west. That's what they actually get, that's how they manufacture it. Then your second question was?
It's the sustainability.
Oh, the cost. Oh, okay. So what I did,
is
so like we were doing this project, these roads were actually being done with the city of Tshwane here. So what we did, I actually had access to the BOQs and everything, and then we found that the average cost is actually around 6 million rand per kilometer. I'm talking about a 2-lane, 3.7 meters in one, like per direction. So we worked out to be like 6.7 kilometers. Then what we did is that we compared it to what actually like Sandral, which has credible published data from their roads, which actually is it works out to be 10 million rand per kilometer. So in essence, you actually are saving like 40%, right? However, there's a lot of other, like Frederick was saying, there are other aspects that are coming in, like in terms of what project requirements, in terms of empowering like the locals, so there's other things that actually add like to the cost. So I cannot give you like an exact, say, cost saving, but comparing what Sandral already has published and what were the actual cost, we actually was like 40% saving compared to traditional methods.
Any last one from this side? I think we are, is there a hand?
Okay, good evening everyone. No, it was me who was raising the hand. I'm Stalotting Swai from KZN, Department of Transport. No, thanks very much, Colin, with your presentation. No, the questions that I was having, I think they've been covered by my colleagues around here. Because one of the questions was on the type of the material that you used in terms of doing your investigation. And then the other one, of which you did highlight that it was a G7 and a G8, so you mostly use it on a clay material, which is with a high PI. And then the other one was on the cost, the cost of the enzyme on getting it, just the product on itself. I don't think, maybe you can answer me on that one, the cost of it and then the availability.
Yeah.
How easy to get it and then to use, because I think we're also having those challenges also in our roads. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So the challenge with, so like the suppliers of the data, which was MRF, they actually have the exclusive production distribution in the sub-Saharan Africa. So one of the things that also have data on, but we didn't get, they are not trying, because they've even completed some of the roads, in Angola and Kenya, and also most recently in Nigeria. So we've actually, there's enough data to show the efficacy of the effectiveness of the enzyme on different materials. So, but however, like I was saying, like I always say and present, is that it doesn't take away from sound engineering design. That it still needs to be done. It's not there to solve all your problems. You still need to take into account your road geometry. Water is the worst enemy for any pavement road. And also, like you're saying, for the application that we've actually been using is actually for low volume roads. You're talking about your rural roads. Because, another thing that I didn't touch on here is that you actually don't have to resurface the roads. Right? The resurfacing is something that if the client doesn't have enough budget, you can come and do it at a later stage. So because the enzyme, how it works, it binds all the fine aggregates, all the fine material together. You actually literally you have a dust-free zone. And one of the uses that the supplier has been supplying is the mines, where they actually have to control dust. So you actually are you go and recycle, and then you use this as a dust control mechanism, yeah.
All right. Colleagues, please forgive me, we have to close this session. He will be available during tea time as well as the dinner. You can just grab him and ask a few questions. Can we give him a round of applause again for the press? So before I close the session, we are requested to go to the crystal room. There is they already started, but there is no enough attendance. There's the Young Professional Awards taking place there. We are all requested to be at Crystal. Thank you very much for attending this session.